lovely people, it is getting interested that as I speak right now, the elders of Burkina Faso has also come out to join to protest against what is on the ground, and we thank God that today we have the elders themselves also coming out and I mean protesting against France and also America. So I think it is very it's a good news to see that. And going forward, these are some of the things that we need to advocate, and also we urge all the leaders of Africa to come out. But as I speak right now, there is some countries that they are being silent, and it seems like they have not heard or they have not seen what is going on in a country like Egypt and in a country like Libya. The Libya that before, back in the days, I used to say that these big medias as we have them were putting dust into our eyes, and so therefore we were not able to know exactly what was on the ground. But thank God today, with these small medias as we have, we are able to create awareness and also know that no, Ibrahim Traore cannot be taken down as they take Gaddafi down, because you know why? It wasn't as it is today for us to get back-to-back information. So let's thank God that today our elders also have come out to protest against this calamity, this abomination that the Western powers always try to put look down upon Africa. And going forward, let's go and see what exactly the elders also say. And also we have another video which Malema from South Africa has also come out to say something which is very crucial. So please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if today be your first time, and like this page. Let's hit the like button. Let's share this video. Please, let's share this video.
The fighting forces. Many of them participated this morning in Boubou Lasso in a march to show their solidarity with the FDS and VDP engaged in reclaiming the territory. An activity under the auspices of the Regional Council, the Elderly of Haute-Bassin, and Structures for the Protection and Promotion of the Elderly. Burema Kani Salam Dabal.
Act but engage. For the homeland, it is through a march that these elderly people will express their support for the defense and security forces, as well as for the volunteers for the defense of the homeland. Support also expressed towards the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, Captain Ibrahim Traore. A mobilization that the Regional Council of the Elderly of Robasin intends to maintain until the final victory over the forces of evil.
This march has the advantage of paving the way, marking the signs, reminding Burkinabés that the elderly should not exclude themselves from the march of history. We stand not to imitate, but to inspire. An elder does not imitate, they are imitated. Our country of Burkina Faso, long bent under the hands of foreign interests and internal complicity, is gradually rising. Today, it stands tall, driven by the unwavering will of its sons and daughters, and supported by a people embodied with courage and dedication. Determination by His Excellency, Captain Ibrahim Traore.
A support march that aims to be multidimensional and multi-sectoral, well received by the authorities.
Anyone who saw what happened this morning in the high basins, rewind what they saw, because our commitment is still determined and believed in, and count on us. We will liberate the country so that we can greet each other and come to the villages under the trees without worry.
When we heard the group resonate here, the Regional Council of the Elderly of the High Basins undertook a patriotic action, which consists of coming to support the Security Women's Gate, as well as the volunteers for the defense of the homeland. We told ourselves that it was timely and our duty to come out and address them, even though it was a noise. In any case, our message is to tell you that we greatly support your action.
This mobilization of the elderly from the Robase region as a show of support for the FDS and VDP was marked by the presence of the minister in charge of secondary education, the Deputy Minister in charge of Animal Resources.
There is no reliable water here in Brantford. There is no electricity here in Brantford. Why must we celebrate freedom in darkness? What kind of freedom is this that we are called upon to celebrate in darkness without clean running water? Yet in towns where whites live, there is clean water and electricity. All of us are under the same municipality, but we don't receive the same services because we are black and they are white. Because we are black, they think we are inferior and we must receive inferior services. We must refuse to accept that and say we will never celebrate any freedom as long as there is no water running into our taps in each and every house, not on our streets. Fighters, no child must go to school where there is no flushing toilet. All schools must have flushing toilets. All schools must have learning material. No child must go to school and pay for school fees because education is not a commodity but a constitutional right. No child must buy a uniform because education is a right. Why are prisoners given free uniform yet children are not given free uniform? Comrades, no child must be raped at school. Schools must be small heavens. When we are at work, when we are pursuing the economic opportunities, our children must be safe in the schools. No teacher must sleep with children. Any black teacher who sleeps with a black child is a coward, is a mpimpi. He wants to destroy the future of South Africa. Comrades, what freedom must we celebrate when many of our children stay in shacks, not knowing where their next meal is going to come from? We need to guarantee our children meal every day. They must have breakfast when they arrive at school. They must have break and they must have lunch before they go home. When they arrive at home, they must find their parents with sufficient child grant which will buy them supper. They must never sleep with empty stomachs. They must never learn with empty stomachs. We want our children to be looked after. We want free education because the best investment is in education. You can see in Velcom, there used to be mines. Those mines are finished. Those mines have expired. But your education will never expire. That's why we must invest in education, because you'll take it to your grave without an expiry date. When we take over this country, there will never be a so-called unemployed doctor. How can you be an unemployed doctor after going to school for 7 years? The doctors must be automatically be employed when they graduate because medicine is very expensive. We want each and every ward to have a clinic and to have a doctor and to have an ambulance in that particular ward. Elon Musk will never come and open his business here in South Africa as long as he doesn't surrender 30% to the South Africans. No one must come and do business in our country without involving our own people. No one must come to Masilonyana and open business, get a tender in Masilonyana and not involve the people of Masilonyana. We want the people of Mangaung, we want the people of Free State to benefit directly, not only on business. When there is a contract to build a road here, you must ask a question. You, the branch chairperson of the EFF, how many locals have you employed in this project? And if the locals are not enough, you must stop that project and demand that they employ more locals, because that project belongs to you. Let's go, all of us, and say we are not free until the people of Palestine are free. We don't care if we are going to be punished for that. The people who were killed in Matola in Mozambique because of our freedom. The people who were killed in Lesotho because of our freedom. The people who were killed in Wankispolilo in Zimbabwe fighting for our freedom. We cannot allow that those who stood with us during difficult times are today isolated by the enemy and we go to the side of the enemy. We are Palestine and Palestine is South Africa. We are Africa and Africa is South Africa. We will fight xenophobia with everything in our power to unite Africa so that we can have one currency, we can have one military command, we can have one president. This continent is not a continent for as long as we remain divided. How can a country like Lesotho say it's a country with such few people? How can Lesotho or Swaziland or Botswana negotiate with China as a country which has got the quota of the world population? We need to come together and confront the world as one continent that is united to expropriate the land of Africa and use the minerals of Africa to benefit Africa. Comrades, we are not scared of anything that they want to do to us. They banished Winnie Mandela into Brentford. Whether they ban us in America or not, we don't care. Donald Trump can stay with his America, but this continent of Africa belongs to us. Let us not be cowards like Winnie Mandela. Let us stand up and confront the imperialism of America.
Today, where China and Russia have swear that they are going to send their troop to help fight the jihad that are fighting against the Burkina Faso president. This is what all Africans, so many Africans have been praying for this, that there is a country that is going to come and help Burkina Faso fight the West. You know very well that it's very sad to see that the West are using African president to fight against the president of Burkina Faso, who is Ibrahim Traore. Some of the people call him reincarnation of Thomas Sankara. What is really happening after Chinese have sent 500 troops to go and fight this jihadist group that are fighting the government of Burkina Faso? What is happening on the ground? And what has Ibrahim Traore said about this? Has he agreed about these 500 troops that are going to help him fight the jihadist group? And what is the feedback that the Burkina Faso government has said? There was insinuation that Ibrahim Traore wants to step down. Has he really agreed to that? Join us as we are going to discuss, and I'm going to tell you why China and Russia has decided to send their troops to fight the jihadist group. You know very well that the jihadists are terrorists that are fighting the Burkina-based government. And people are saying that, why does the Burkina Faso, the Burkina-based coming out and supporting what Ibrahim Traore is saying? This is what is currently happening in Burkina Faso, and the loss that France has went through after Burkina Faso banned everything to France to go to their country. What is currently happening on the ground? Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for the support. Thanks so much for the love. God bless you. God bless you. If you are new here, kindly subscribe and click the notification button for you to never ever miss any story that we post here in our channel, because we always focus on whatever that is trending in the world of internet. Chris Nolan TV, the home of trending story. On to today's story. This is the current situation in Burkina Faso, where China and Russia have decided to send 500 troops to go and fight the jihadists. You know very well that after the 19th attempt in killing Burkina Faso president, everyone wasn't happy. Even 30th April this month, so many Africans have come out and they have said that they are going to have a protest against the West. The West wants to kill Ibrahim Traore. This is the main reason why the West are mainly focusing on finishing Ibrahim Traore, because they know very well that right now Burkina Faso is known as the largest producer of onion in Africa, the whole of Africa. In gold, Burkina Faso is known as the largest producer of gold. This is because of Ibrahim Traore.
President Traore is standing up. He is saying the natural resources in Burkina Faso, they belong.
L'Afrique du Sud vient de réagir aux attaques de général anglais à l'égard de M. Ibrahim Traoré. Ok, Julius Malema s'est mis debout, il ne s'est pas caché.
Les États-Unis ont menti en direct, en plein jour, pour dire que Ibrahim Traoré vole l'or et que c'est pas utilisé, voilà, pour la population.
En tant que président de la République, voici sa voiture. Ce n'est pas un président chercheur d'or. Il veut le bien de son peuple.
On fait tout pour que nous ayons peur. Ils nous menacent.
Nous sommes en train d'organiser une marche internationale pour soutenir notre président.
Le Burkina Faso, actuellement, c'est le seul pays au monde qui a fini avec l'actualité. Ibrahim Traoré, on dit le président américain, Donald Trump, vu que toi, tu viens le voir. Toi, tu n'as qu'à laisser ton pays, hein. Et puis tu vas prendre un avion, tu vas venir le voir.
Je m'adresse à mes frères ivoiriens, je ne parle pas des gens qui font partie d'une partie politique. Écoutez-moi très bien. Si IB venait à tomber, on va se faire des ennemis partout.
Cette affaire d'Ibrahim Traoré, le président du Burkina, ça va très très loin. Il y a un adage qui dit, quand Dieu fait ton palabre, tu n'es pas obligé d'enlever ton...
Il est arrivé. Il est arrivé.
Aujourd'hui aussi, c'est...
C'est à cause de ça. C'est à cause de ça. Ce n'est pas seulement à cause de l'or.
Excellence, vous recevez ce matin une délégation de la diaspora africaine à travers le monde venant des États-Unis, d'Amérique pour l'essentiel, mais aussi d'Europe, d'Asie, d'Afrique et d'Australie. Excellence, Monsieur le Président, parmi la délégation, nous avons 3 Burkinabés, 3 de nos compatriotes qui ont accepté donc accompagner nos amis pour venir découvrir notre cher et beau pays, le Burkina Faso. Et ce matin, pour ce face-à-face, nous allons donner la parole à la présidente de l'association, puisqu'ils sont réunis au sein d'une association, African Diaspora Development Institute, ADDI. Mesdames, Messieurs, je vais inviter Dr Arikana Kimbori Kwa. Elle est la présidente de ADDI pour son allocution. Please.
Being here in the country of the upright man is a dream come true. To President Traoré,
Excellence, Monsieur le Président Ibrahim Traoré, être ici sur la terre du Burkina Faso aujourd'hui est vraiment un rêve qui se réalise. La terre du Thomas Sankara. Et nous voyons en vous la réincarnation du capitaine Thomas Sankara. Et nous sommes convaincus que vous êtes là, achevez le travail qu'ils ont déjà commencé. Le travail qu'ils ont commencé dans les années 60, quand ils ont formé l'organisation de l'Union africaine.
LoveVladimir.com. This is not a joke, this is an actual website. There's another war going on last year that was strictly banned from U.S. media.
One toilet's worth 1,000 words.
We urge Donald Trump.
process. That's the first thing they come for, is to take away our due process.
No hate, no fear!
The people are rising up all over this country for good reasons, and I am here to be part of that uprising and to protest all the, especially the deportations, the grabbing of people who are here legally and legitimately and throwing them into jail with no due process.
This of powerful and rich in a rigged system that benefits them and not us.
They've outlawed the use of certain words and phrases. They're arresting people for voicing their opinions and their thoughts. It's got to stop. That's our country's premise, freedom of speech.
And say it twice, the people will abolish ICE! Say it once, say it twice, the people will abolish ICE! Say it once! We say! We say! We say! We say! Fight back! That's right, let me hear it for yourself! Hey! Ho ho! The Trump administration has got to go! Hey! Ho ho! The Trump administration has got to go! That's right, folks! We're going to continue making noise! We're going to continue to disrupt! They have to go through all of these in order to actually get...
Today is a hands-off protest to demonstrate that the people of Los Angeles are in consistent fight and opposition against the Trump and the billionaire agenda that wants to gut all of our social services, all of everything that makes our society work for working class people. That's what they want to attack.
This rally, but if traffic's bad, then you look thank God it's LA, traffic's heavy usually.
Yeah, I really came out just to kind of just be part of the numbers. I want to just make sure that there's enough representation, that, you know, boots on the ground. I always think that there's power in numbers, and I think for me, I just see so much apathy in this country. We're so incentivized to just be lazy and to kind of sit back and not pretend like it's all of our problem. Personally, I think for me, my personal endeavor right now is just to see that the power shift back to the people, you know, Citizens United, these policies that have really kind of damaged us in the last 30, 40, 50 years. I just want to make sure that, you know, for me, it's just returning power back to the people, to make sure that we as citizens of the United States know that we have a voice, that we have huge numbers, and there are a lot of us that feel the same way, regardless of who.
That maintains the status quo in our colleges, which enables all of these attacks, whether it's guns that we do every South Korea showed us how. I'm a veteran. I fought for this country, not this shit. Fuck up. Fuck Trump. Fuck Nazis. Back up. I tell you to back up. You gotta love order. Back up. This ain't okay. I'm telling you to back up. Follow me. Follow me. They're trying to take me. Alright, now you're going to get arrested for assault. Assault? Yeah.
In the name of humanity. We refuse to accept the fascist America. The Trump fascist regime must go now.
Free Gilmore now! Free Gilmore now! Free Gilmore now!
process. That's the first thing they come for, is to take away our due process. And if you folks think here today that you're safe, they're just coming for the weak, the powerless, the students, the immigrants. They're not. They're coming for anybody who stands up against them. Law firms, universities, anybody who resists, they come for. So do not be misled, do not be mistaken. This is happening here in our country today. Fascism. Trump is taking Joe Stalin's playbook and using it. So let's not kid ourselves. Let's be real about the task at hand, about what's going on. Thank you.